It's really been fun for me to keep up with the Coeur d'Alene Symphony over the last many, many years. I heard it a long time ago when it was getting going, and while there were a lot of great aspirations, there were some things that were less than wonderful, as anything that's getting going is going to be. Had a lot of spirit and needed to grow, and it has, and it's been fun to watch that. I came along and helped out for a while in 2001 when it was going through a certain level of a crisis and saw what was there, saw the possibilities. And then they got busy and they hired the conductor, David Demand, who did a great job for 15 years, really making that transition from an orchestra that exists solely for the fun of the people in it, which is always important, to an orchestra that's going to do that really well, but at the same time, really bring great music to people. And people's friends and neighbors and loved ones and family showing how music is just this amazing thing that exists and that with effort and skill and training we can learn to do, and it becomes one of these never-ending quests for perfection, for beauty. And that's what the Coeur d'Alene Symphony has been doing for the last 15 years to really great result. In this transition year, it's time for another look at what an orchestra does in 2016. It's time to really let this community know the kind of beauty created here, which is so compatible with the beauty of this place. I just spent the afternoon, this last 81-degree day, down on the water and in town and loving the beauty of this place and the way beauty is celebrated in this place. And it's so vital as a city matures that that be found in the music too, and that the music, that the great legacy of amazing accomplishment of humanity can be brought to everyone and is being brought to everyone by an orchestra such as the Coeur d'Alene Symphony. It's great to discover the really elemental music, the great composers of Mozart and Haydn. They were the ones at the ground floor of creating the instrument, if we can call it that, called a symphony orchestra, wrote for it, celebrated it, and set it on its course, which we love and know to this day. We have a funny little Mozart overture. He designed it to be funny. It was exotic. It was strange. It had that exotic music and the exotic sounds from the Middle East brought in to the standard Viennese parlor kind of sound, and that's the overture to the Seraglio. Mozart, who was so prolific, in one summer wrote what we now call his last three symphonies, 39, 40, and 41. And in the middle of that is Symphony number 40 in G minor, an interesting key, a key that allows him to do so many moods. And it's up to the musicians playing it decide what some of those moods are. Some of them are light, some of them are heavy, some can be approached either way or both ways. And so the Mozart Symphony number 40 is a never-ending enigma, a puzzle, and in the unraveling, a lot of energy is created. And then Haydn, who was so important in the creation of two major art forms. He essentially created the string quartet by the group of terrific quartets that he wrote, and then he created the symphony orchestra by writing at least 104 symphonies, and this is that last one, symphony number 104. I don't know if a composer knows he's writing his last symphony, but certainly it is a monument. It was the end of a triumphant tour to London when he wrote 12 great symphonies, and he was the toast of the town and so celebrated. And it is such a great piece that way. It is so full of joy and mirth and little jokes and secret things. amidst always the good time that Haydn has. But we can't think that this good time is for a lack of any depth, because I think it's just one of the amazing works of Western art. So this is what we're going to do in our first concerts for the Coeur d'Alene Symphony. I'm having a lot of fun. I think the orchestra is having a lot of fun. You're going to have a lot of fun too.